Oh, hi. Holy shit, I don't know if you can tell by how damp everything is. It is hot as balls out. It's nearing 90. It's supposed to get up over 100 today. I might die. This is day 2 of this weather, but you can't stop the rock. So I have to make some bandanas. I'm excited about this project because it's a really cool commission for a D&D group. And I've already done a commission job for this DM, and he's the best DM ever because he gets his people props and it's so cool. So I was requested to make some bandanas for the group, and a couple weeks ago, someone asked me about making pocket squares. This is basically the same thing, just pocket squares are gonna be a smaller size. I figured I'd show you how I'm gonna go about this. Also, like, if you need me to make you stuff for your D&D group or just for yourself, let me know. Commissions are open. So this is the fabric I'm using. It's just a woven cotton. You can get this type of fabric at any like quilting shops or anything. It's nothing specialty. This is actually on like a pre-cut bolt at the fabric store. So it's a pretty standard fabric. You just don't want anything stretchy. And you also want something that's gonna iron well, because we're gonna have to iron the edges and fold it over to get a nice hem going over there. Honestly, it even creased a little bit just from me doing that to it. Maybe because it's so fucking humid, it's basically getting steamed right now. Oh, I just want to be not damp for like 5 minutes. It looks like a standard bandana size is like 22 by 22, whereas I think like a pocket square is like 15 to 17 inches. It all depends. Just to give it more versatility, I would like to make a bigger bandana so people in this D&D group can like wear it however they want. If they want to wrap it around their neck, they can. If they want to wear it as like a headband or a mask or whatever, or just wrap it around their bag like a fancy lady from the 50s with a bag scarf. So yeah, I'm going with like the biggest size I can get out of this strip of fabric. Man, we haven't done a dining room project in a hot minute, huh? I think I can get 6 bandanas out of this and then have like a little bit left over for test scraps for when we get into the stencil. Well, that's good. I would like to not immediately ruin the like finished bandana at the end of this. I'm just gonna double check that this is actually 44 inches wide, so I'm not completely screwing myself. They did not lie on the package. That's great. I could probably cut more of these out at once, but the edge of this is the littlest bit wonky, so I really want to make this as straight as possible. So I'm gonna cut along this at the 22-inch line and then pull it along and just keep cutting, so then I'll have like 2 strips that are 22 inches wide, and then I will cut out the separate sections from there. I'm living for this breeze. Also, can you see how fucking sticky I am? That's my cell phone stuck to my face. It's not even being held up by my glasses. Just living that glam life, you know? Fucking gross, man. I promise I regularly wash my face. Hashtag Team Bog Trolls. This is driving me nuts. It's not like a completely straight edge, and I hate it. I need like every bit of fabric I can get here. Ooh, okay, so I do have my first square, and this is a really helpful way to figure out if it's actually squared up, like if it's all even 90-degree angles and that the edges are the same length and everything. Fold it into a triangle, so fold it in half corners to corners. So yeah, and if the other corners are lining up evenly like this is, that means you got a straight square. You got a square, like a properly square. Okay, and now I'm gonna go pick out items for the exciting news that might potentially be happening. It's a dog. We might be getting a dog. I find out in like a week, but we're gonna go pick out toys anyway, and it's gonna be great, and I'm so excited. Because even if this dog doesn't work out, then we're gonna get another dog. So like, but I really like this guy, and he's real toy obsessed, and I can't contain it. Well, hello, bandana pals. It is the next day. Pretty sure I got heat exhaustion over the weekend. Still not completely out of that feeling. I feel like I'm slugging through really deep water to get the thoughts out that I'm trying to get out right now. It's so much better than it was though. I feel like mostly functional, which is why I'm up in my sewing room. I just had a really chill afternoon. I worked for like 5 or 6 hours this morning and then just camped out on the couch, had some ramen, had some Gatorade, had some water, watched some Queer Eye. I'm still not caught up, but the new season is so good. I love Wesley so much, and that guy with the corgi. Oh, I'm not gonna say anymore, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, this is nothing to do with the project. What a surprise. I am getting the stencil together so I can cut it out in the plastic on my Cricut. I just wanted to show you the difference in the design between the original image my friend sent me and how I altered it to be stencilable. Like all of his lines are solid and there's a bunch of hollowed out spots. Now, if I was cutting this out as like a vinyl sticker or like a heat transfer vinyl and applying it as a applique, I could keep it as is and just take out the negative space inside the feather and around it. But because I need to paint through here, I had to add these little dashes that are going to connect everything so the negative space isn't just a bunch of small separate pieces that I have to try to line up every time I'm trying to paint this onto a new piece of fabric. I will have to go back and fill in those dashes on my own afterwards, but I could tape it off or just freehand it. I'm not as worried about that aspect of it. I just looked for clear plastic sheets at a thrift store in the stationery department so I can make my own stencils. It's not like the shrink plastic that I use to make my earrings or anything. Pretty thin, so the Cricut can handle it no problem. I think either this sheet or the other kind that I found is used for like overhead projectors and stuff. Yay, my stencil's made. Can you see it? Isn't it beautiful? Put it against my very pale neck. It's fabulous, isn't it? You know what I mean about having like little dashes? I'm gonna do like a test stencil before I fuck up all the fabric I just cut out this morning. Look at those crisp lines. I guess stippling little bits at a time is the trick here. So now I've done the test batch and gotten that out of the way, I need to actually like get these finished so I can paint them. So I have my serger up. I'm just gonna serge all the edges. It is white thread, but it's gonna get folded under twice in the hem, so I'm not worried. I don't mind exposed serger threads, as shown by my dog bandanas in my Etsy shop. Link in the description. Was that casual enough? I don't know how to integrate my shit into my other shit. I'm trying my goddamn best. Oh god, I just woke up. But hey, all of these edges are serged. I have my ironing board out. I'm gonna fold all of these edges over twice and give this like a good pressing to get all the wrinkles out. Look at those crisp corners. Oh my god. Okay, just gonna do a straight stitch. That doesn't look too far off. Okay, y'all, we're doing the stenciling again. Okay, so the very last step after snipping all the threads and stuff was very tediously filling in all the gaps in the stencil bit. Now it's done. I'm actually really fucking jazzed about how this came out. They look professionally made. Am I a professional? Oops, except I defo just found some extra threads I did not snip. Whoops. Okay, these are all ready to go to their new home. I'm so excited I got to do a cool project like this and play around with new stenciling techniques that worked so well. I feel just beyond lucky that I get asked to work on really fun stuff like this. So I got this done. I'm feeling so much better today, and I even already hammered out the specialty order of my Bureau of Balance earrings. Y'all, in the past 24 hours, I've gotten an order for 3 of these pairs. There must be some Adventure Zone stuff happening this week. But anyway, yeah, someone asked if I could put these little babies on some sterling silver earrings and jump rings. And if you have ever wondered that, absolutely. The regular earrings are, it's all nickel-free metal on the jump rings and the earrings because I myself have a nickel sensitivity. Quick pro tip, if you're also in that boat, hit it with a coat of clear nail polish. It has been an absolute game changer for me. I get to wear the cheap, shitty earrings that aren't nickel free. Sometimes I gotta reapply it if it's a pair I wear a lot, but yeah, absolute game changer. I'm so proud of how these came out, and I'm so glad I got these done for this week's D&D game. I'm just so glad I feel normal again. I feel like I'm awake for the first time in like 3 days. Look at it, you can fold it up like this. So multi-versatile. Okay, I'm gonna get this off to its new home, and hopefully the person I made them for likes them. If you ever want to check out anything I have already made and you want your own custom version of it, or you just want to send me a message or something, you're welcome to DM me on Instagram or Twitter, or just check out my Etsy shop. I put links to all that in the description below. I do have a Patreon perk where I make you custom stuff, and I also have a mail time perk where like every month I send out little things. Sometimes it's like a postcard or letter, but other times it's like prototypes of stuff I've been working on and custom gifts I put together and just little trinkets I found out in the world. So I'll link to my Patreon down below as well. And if Patreon seems a little daunting because it's like a monthly recurring payment thing and you want to just do like a one-off couple bucks in the tip jar kind of thing, I do have a coffee page, ko-fi. Everything's in the description. Thank you so much to everyone that has gone and checked those out, or even if you favorited my Etsy shop or left a comment. Like, it all means so much to me and I appreciate all of you so much. I'm gonna go, and I will see you all back here with another video on Saturday. Thanks for hanging out. I'm just finding the most flattering angles. Also, look at how fucking long my arm is.